Hey, welcome back. It's time for another update video. Yes, it's Monday. It is March 24th. My gosh, how is the year going so fast? Anyway, let's get right into the update. So, below my other video, in which I think I'm wearing the same shirt. Is this my Monday shirt? Anyway, below the other video, I had several commitments that I was going to do. I'm going to just read them and tell you. But before I do that, I'm supposed to read a blurb of what I recently wrote. I'm not going to do that. I wrote 3 blurbs per my commitment, but I'm not going to read the blurbs to you because I just don't feel like I should. I don't think you'd enjoy it very much. I am going to get them reviewed though. So let's get to what I committed for last week. Last week, number 1 was get high-level character and plot. Notes integrated for all 3 books in the Healing Heart series. Got it done. Very happy with it. One of the cool things that I kind of got to thinking about and talking about with some people who like to read romance books is that it's really cool. They like to have side characters in the books that they read, like kind of the origin type books. They like to have those characters have their own books, you know, and maybe in different worlds. And I thought that's a really great idea. So one of the things I ended up doing was making sure that each of these books had, you know, good organic side characters that were a little more interesting and a little bit more robust, so that when I do want to write more, and I'm going to start being a little more steady with these anyway. When I want to write more romance books, I'll write them about those. So the Healing Hearts will be kind of a universe that I'll be just writing in for sweet medical romance, for sweet second chance romance, and stuff like that. So that's cool. So yeah, I got number 1 done. Have the Amazon product page up. I have the Amazon product pages as ready as they can be without putting up actual content. That required getting the blurbs done, so I did, in fact, write the blurbs. The blurb, of course, like I said last time, is what's on the back of a paperback, what's on the product page on Amazon, and often what's on the inside flap of a hard cover with the dust jacket. So there you go. And then promote several times on my Instagram. I did not do that. I'm really struggling to care about that. I need to get better at that. I'll work on it. I know that it's a platform that romance readers like. TikTok too, but TikTok both of them have to be faceless, right? I'm not hiding who I am. I just want to keep it more kind of vague. So I think I might need to start a TikTok, but I have to figure out exactly what approach I want to have there. I just can't get excited about it. I've got an initial illustration from an illustrator. And I like it overall, and I sent it out to some reviewers, and I got some good feedback, fairly critical, but several pieces of it well received. So I think we're on the right track. We'll just keep working on it. And then initial cover art, good. I have done new words every work day. I haven't done yet today, but I'm going to. I'm not entirely certain of what it'll be today, but it may actually be. It may be some free writing for the adventure thriller I'm writing. Less of an adventure, more of a thriller, kind of in the vein of like David Baldacci and Michael Crichton and James Patterson type stuff. Commercial thriller fiction, which is something I'm really excited about writing, and it's the one that won't leave my brain right now. I really feel like I got to get this out. And I think I'm robbing myself if I say I have to wait to write those before I have to do all this other crap before I can write that. I don't think that's fair to me. I don't think artists should do that. Okay. And then have a schedule created for the rest of the year. I've done that. I'm going to show you what I made. It took a few attempts. It's just on paper, so I'm not going to have you try to read the whole thing, but as you see, it says writing goals 2025, and it's got quite a few things there, right? I mean, it's got a lot there. There's a lot there, and there's even some on the back. A couple of highlights, though, is that I have decided I'm going to publish these once a month, the Healing Heart series. So the first one, I'm going to see if I can get it done and up and ready the week before April 16th for it to be live and ready to be downloaded onto Kindles for April 16th. I'll have a print version of it ready a little later. I'm not going to print them to sell anywhere, but people can order the print version themselves. And then the second one will be May 14th, and then the third one will be June 13th. Hoping I can keep that schedule. If I can do that, I may have another one written and have it be ready for more publication by July. That would be amazing, because it would just be great. And I'm hoping these will hit. I'm going to restart my Patreon. I had one for a little while. I let it lay fallow. That was my bad. I'm going to have that ready by the end of next Monday. That's right. The next update video, I will probably be able to tell you what you can expect if you want to go check out my Patreon. I'm going to start my audiobooks for Worlds Apart and Carry Your Heart. I'm going to start them today. I should have done them already today, but it's been a rough mental health day. I'm struggling to focus. I'm struggling to feel motivated. But the way you motivate is by doing the work. So I'll be starting today. I want to have an hour of, this is a commitment that I'm going to tell you right now. I want to have at least one complete hour of audiobook done by next week. And I'll come back to that in a second. Then there's the memoir stuff, and as well as the spiritual memoir that I want to write. I want to complete the series for Outline for Dragon Scale Posse, and maybe even write the whole thing. There's a contest for a publishing company I'd really like to get started on. I don't have any ideas yet, though. I want to polish and submit and write more short stories, and then I've also got this thriller, which should be fun. And then I have a working title for a book called Pat Garrett, Demon Duelist. I have some notes there. And there's a lot. And I think that I can really make real progress if I can just stay consistent. I have declined to teach in the spring at BYU. As I looked at the schedule, it took me a week to make it click that to teach in the spring at this university, it requires me to teach during May. I have kids in school in 8th grade and 11th grade through the end of May. I cannot commit to teaching while they're in school. There's just too much involving, and it's a very intense teaching schedule for such a compressed term. So no. What else is there for today? I already gave you my writing goals for 2025. I want to work my butt off and get work done. I am super tired of languishing in not getting it done. As you know, my next event is in Authorpalooza in Montpelier, Idaho, April 12th. Join us when it comes to the health. I have maintained this weight. I'm at about 250 for a year. I am dead tired of it. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't like the way I look in the mirror. I like from here on up. I don't like the jiggly here. I don't like it down here. I don't like it. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the fact that the blood vessels in my feet are bursting all the dang time. I do not like what I see in the mirror. Drastic change is needed when it comes to the way I eat and the way I sleep. So I'm going to make that drastic change because I am sick of fighting and losing. I am losing to my fetching self. And so there has to be a change. And I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's going to need to be a drastic cut something off probably, or stop something, or start something else, or all of those combined. And then it's going to have to be consistent because I am so done fighting this frickin' battle. Okay? I'm going to win it. Stay tuned and watch it happen, I guess. Okay, that's it, except for my commitments for next week's video, and then the freebie for authors, and this time it's actually for any creative entrepreneurial person. Okay, it turns out the best way to sell books is, if you're an independent, is through newsletters. So I'm going to put my newsletter links below for my two Jared Garrett and Jerry Ironspear author websites. And that means I also need to make a website for J.G. Nathan, the pen name for the romance series. I'm going to make it very simple, very clean, very straightforward. I might just do it myself or pay my webmaster guy $100 or so to do it for me. Just as simple and newsletter based as possible. And just covers, and there it is. Although I don't even have covers. So just a good art palette. I think I have a palette of colors, so that's good. I will keep working with the Illustrator and some other tools to settle on a cover and try to have something ready for next week that I feel like I could even show people, maybe even on this channel. This is getting a little long. I already said I'll have one complete hour of audiobook done, at least. The Patreon's going to be up in a week. I'll get critiques for the blurbs for Heart Therapy and maybe the others. I like what I did for the blurb. They feel real good, but, it's not a finished product. And I want to learn about some platforms, Ingram Spark and Draft Digital. I know what they are, but I want to see if it's something I should be doing right away. My freebie or my suggestion or just freaking get it done thing is this. For any creative or entrepreneurial person, find your why. My why has been for my creative stuff because I can't not. It lives in me and must be expressed. I don't know how to not without feeling like I'm betraying myself. So I have to live true to this art need that I have in me. I worry so much that there's still this deep, really unhealthy need for validation in this, that I'm trying to get, gain status because I'm being successful in it. You know, people can look at me and say, oh, look at him, he's getting it done, he's successful. I worry that that's there. I think it is there. But the heart of the matter is that I love telling stories. I feel great when I'm writing stories. I know I'm really good at it. And my mental health goes when I don't do it. So that's my main why. It's maybe not the best why, and maybe there's something else I can find. I'll work on that. I want to tell stories, and I want to be a selling author as a storyteller. But what's your why? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Why do you want to be a thought leader? Why do you want to be a speaker? Why do you want to do this or that? Do you have a message that you're feeling like you need to tell? For me, a lot of the message I want to tell is that you don't need garbage to entertain people. You don't need to have smut on the page to have engaged readers. You can show love, actual good, sweet love in these, romance stories without showing, nonstop sex or crap like that. You don't need to swear either. None of my books has anything even like a damn or a hell. Whoa, my channel has it, but my books don't have that stuff, especially these squeaky clean romance books. I am going to write something that does have that, but that's just going to be because of the nature of the genre that I'm going to write in. But there's still not going to be anything dirty that makes our brains feel yucky, right? There's just going to be some kick butt stuff. Yeah, so where I was going with that is that my why is that I think I kind of do have a message, and that is that we can still tell heroic, aspirational stories, adventure stories. And guys, I want boys to read more. I'm not diminishing girls when I say that. So many boys need to read more. I did this event on Friday. It was really fun. I went to the school up in Marriott, Slaterville, something here in Utah. And it's a charter school. It was great to visit with those kids. And they're just such great, wonderful kids. But there were 3 boys in the back here who said they never read a book. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, I'm not saying everybody has to love reading, but they probably haven't read a book because they feel like it's not cool or that's not for them. That's just not true. Anybody can find a book that they're going to love. And I'm going on my soapbox, but I'm going to step off in a second here. But I want those boys to read these books because I want them to feel that there's something more out there. The world's bigger than, the alpha male trash that is taking over and this awful right-wing extreme stuff that these boys are being exposed to. I'm not saying right-wing is wrong. I'm saying that extreme alpha male garbage is wrong. It's racist and bigoted. We can be ourselves and have good, strong, traditional conservative values and want a smaller government. I'm sharing politics now. And want a smaller government that's less intrusive without being that crap, right? Okay, so I'm done. I'm off the soapbox. I have a message. I'm also kind of fed up with biting my tongue. So there we go, I guess. Thanks for joining me. I hope you continue to be creative and work your butt off to make your dreams come true and make the dreams of the people around you come true. I know for a lot of the people watching this are men, and men, here's my very quick message to you. You got this, man. You've done a lot of freaking good in this world. You have changed lives. You have saved lives. You have supported people. You are worthy of respect, and I respect the work that you do because it kicks ass. And you're awesome. Keep going. You don't need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders by yourself, though. Talk to your wife. That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. We'll all be creative this whole week, right? See you then.